This is the Mein Schiff Relax.
A fully German cruise, like everything is in German. The signs around the ship, German. The announcements,
Alle in der Zwischenzeit angereisten Gäste,
German. The emails, the app, the menus.
Alles auf Deutsch.
John knows enough to survive. I, on the other hand,
Bitte rasiere mich nicht gegen den Strich.
were two non-Germans boarding a cruise that wasn't exactly made with us in mind.
Cue the adventure.
So, we knew that in German saunas you're supposed to be completely naked, but we weren't sure if that would actually apply on a cruise ship.
Turns out it does. We just confirmed it. And it's not just some random rule, it's actual German sauna etiquette.
Yeah, in Germany being nude in the sauna is just normal. But we never done anything like this before, and now I'm wondering, are we really going to do this?
It's way outside my comfort zone, but I want to embrace the experience, especially if it's part of the culture.
But before we ended up contemplating full nudity with strangers, let's rewind to how this all started. We boarded the Mein Schiff Relax in Santa Cruz de Tenerife, kicking off a 7-night cruise through the Canary Islands and Madeira, a region we've never explored before. This is TUI's newest ship, launched in 2025 and built by Fincantieri. It's sleek, modern, and holds just under 4,000 passengers with a crew of over 1,500. TUI Cruises is a Hamburg-based cruise line co-owned by Royal Caribbean. But make no mistake, this experience is designed for German travelers. From what we've read, the vibe is relaxed, premium and all-inclusive, but not flashy. Think more sophisticated spa resort than floating amusement park. Our route starts here in Tenerife, then loops around the Canaries, Lanzarote, Gran Canaria, with a detour to the Portuguese island of Madeira before circling back to La Palma, with 2 sea days in between to take it all in. Every stop on this itinerary is brand new to us, which makes the whole thing feel like a proper adventure. So that's the plan. New ship, new destinations, and a totally new cruise culture to figure out. And we're so glad you're coming along for the ride.
I am so excited. I've been wanting to sail on this cruise ship for over a year now, and it's finally time. I cannot contain myself. Wow.
We boarded the ship through Deck 2 and immediately realized that, at least aesthetically, it would live up to our expectations. Our first stop was our cabin 1 deck above. I went in first so I could record John's first reaction.
Wow. Wow. It's beautiful. I love it.
We'll show you the room in a minute, but first things first, lighting up the load and head up to the buffet for lunch. The ship's buffet restaurant, Harbor Market, is located on deck 16. There was a wide variety of dishes and cuisines, and we both liked everything we tasted, which was a lot. With full bellies, we went exploring the ship, excited about all the amenities we would experience in the coming days. When we went outside on deck 18, we saw a double rainbow. Talk about a perfect start to our cruise. After nature's unexpected show, we stopped for a drink at the street art bar on deck 5 to take advantage of Mein Schiff's all-inclusive concept. There are 17 bars and lounges and 14 restaurants and bistros on board, the majority of which are included in the base fare, and we plan to enjoy them all.
It is time for the best part of the video, John's room tour. We got a really nice deal for an exterior cabin and we're so glad we booked it because it looks amazing, it's super spacious. On this side we have a coffee station with an espresso machine, coffee pots, one for each person every day included. You have to pay €1 for any additional ones that you consume every day. And here we have drawers. Something that we really like is that you got the blow dryer and you can connect it anywhere in the room, which is awesome. We have a really nice looking chair. Let's try it. Comfortable. A working station and a mirror. On the opposite side we have a sofa, a bit on the hard side, but it's gorgeous. We are so glad we got a big TV, especially after our last cruise. This will be our bed for the next 7 nights. I believe it's a queen size, but I'm not sure. Let's try it now. It is a very comfortable bed. The window looks great. I hope the rain cleans it a little bit. This is really comfortable. I could spend hours looking out the window. Besides being a beautiful room, you get a lot of storage space. For instance, you have 2 closets. Closet number 1, lots of hangers, and this was a really nice surprise. Bathrobes and slippers. And closet number 2. The bathroom is modern, bright and spacious, especially the shower. It reminds me of the bathroom on board the Scarlet Lady.
Now it was time to unpack. We didn't bring much, so it was quick and painless. After an announcement in German only, we inferred from the bits we understood that it was time for the safety drill. We headed to our muster station on deck 4 and, again, only German was spoken, so we confirmed we were in for an 8-day German intensive course, which was intimidating and exciting at the same time. The safety drill was quick, and before we knew it, we were heading up to dinner in the main dining room 1 deck above. After choosing from an all-German menu, trying our best to order in German, me ordering sparkling water, thinking I'd order still water, and filling up on delicious bread, our food arrived. Parmesan panna cotta and vegetable salad as starters, broccoli cream soup and wine soup, baked potato as the first course, and braised ossobuco as the main course. For dessert, a cherry sponge roll and an Israeli cream cheese tart. By now, it was 10 p.m. and we were about to sail away, so we went up to deck 16 to watch the ship depart from Tenerife. The city lights plus the ship's spotlights made for a beautiful sight as the ship gently pulled away. As we waited for the sail-away party to start, it began raining, so we ditched the party for some live music at the street art bar. Here we met Paola, a lovely staff member who spoke Spanish. She would turn out to be one of only 3 Spanish-speaking people during our entire cruise. John asked me to film him wearing sports socks with his Chelsea boots. It's not a fashion statement. He just thought they wouldn't show and he would get away with it.
Good morning. We are already docked, but before heading out, we are hitting the gym today. John is already up there because he's training for the Madrid Marathon this year. So he's been running for like an hour and a half maybe, and I'm joining him now. It's his birthday today, so I want to surprise him by singing happy birthday with you. So let's go upstairs and see if we can catch him a little bit off guard because he's expecting me, but not for another 15 minutes or so. So let's see. I'm sure there's a quicker way to get to the gym, but this is how I found it yesterday, so this is the only way I know how to get to it. Cumpleaños feliz, te deseamos a ti. Cumpleaños Alonso.
Gracias.
Cumpleaños feliz.
¿Cómo estás?
Buenos días.
Buenos días.
Feliz cumpleaños.
Gracias.
We decided on a 1-hour gym session first thing in the morning because the shift schedule was very relaxed. The gym is open 24/7, the breakfast buffet is available until 11:30, and the all-aboard time is 9.5 hours away. After the gym, only a quick shower separated us from a glorious international breakfast buffet. Again, the buffet had a lot of variety, appealing to different tastes, and I was thrilled to see French toasts on the menu. The view of Arrecife from up here made us anxious to get off the ship.
So, get off the ship we did. Arrecife is a port city in Lanzarote, the easternmost of the Canary Islands, just 80 miles off the north coast of Africa and the fourth largest island in the archipelago. The Canaries are of volcanic origin, and this is immediately obvious in Arrecife, where you see volcanic stone everywhere. The port is small and easy to navigate, so we were in town in no time. As you know, we like walking in cities, especially on the first visit, because it is a great way to get to know the area and better immerse ourselves in the local day-to-day life. That's how we ran into this lovely bride arriving at her wedding in a 1970s Mercedes while the church bells welcomed her. We stopped for coffee at a local cafeteria, ran into this anatomically weird mannequin, and visited a small beach where we wrote the name of our first ever Patreon member, Dennis, to whom we'll be forever thankful. We post all the little moments that don't make it into the videos, the behind the scenes, the travel mishaps, the quiet sunsets over on our Patreon. If you'd like to be part of that more personal side of our travels, just scan the QR code on screen or tap the link in the description. We'd love to have you there.
Me bañé en Lanzarote. ¡Ay! Se me van los zapatos. Se me van los zapatos.
Arrecife is small, and the Mein Schiff Relax looked majestic in the distance, so we made our way to the ship.
Back on board, we chose the Mein Schiff Bistro as our lunch venue. By the way, did you know that Mein Schiff means my ship in German? This venue is located on deck 4 in the atrium. It's buffet style with a changing selection of dishes, although some items like the burgers and sausages are staples throughout the entire cruise. We went for Chinese dishes like sweet and sour ribs and Szechuan chicken. John also tried a freshly made classic burger. Afterwards, we went up to the buffet restaurant for some dessert, a recurring practice during our cruise that contributed to my 7-pound weight gain. We then found the most coveted seat type, which had just become available on deck 18. The sun was shining and we felt like trying the pool. John left me like this and went down to the cabin to grab our towels. While he was gone, the wind picked up and he found me like this when he returned. Needless to say, the desire to swim in the pool had vanished, so I put my towel to better use. We remained in Lanzarote until 7 p.m. The night departure was again a beautiful sight. For dinner, we went to Sur Mer on deck 5, a French bistro also included in our fare. We waited in line for a few minutes to be seated. The French names of the dishes made reading the menu easier. This time, I'm sure I ordered Wasser ohne Gas, but I still somehow got sparkling. Tonight, we started with quiche Lorraine and salmon crepe, tomato bisque, an onion soup with Gruyere cheese, and beef bourguignon as our main course. For dessert, chocolate mousse and a lemon tart with raspberry sorbet. After dinner, we went to the theater to see an improv show. It was, of course, in German.
Aus. Lachen Sie nicht, ich habe auch keine Lust mehr.
We knew this, but wanted to see how much we could understand. Turns out, not much. However, they did a physical comedy bit that we surprisingly enjoy given the little context we could piece together. Later, we met with Richard and Sam, who had recognized us from YouTube earlier in the day and invited us to get together. After a lovely evening and great conversation, it was time to say
Buenas noches!
Another perfect weather morning. Today we're docked in Gran Canaria, the second most populous island of the Canary Islands.
Feliz cumpleaños! Feliz cumpleaños!
Oh yes, and it's my birthday.
Cumpleaños a ti, cumpleaños a ti, cumpleaños Ari, cumpleaños feliz.
Oh, and remember that little open question from earlier?
Are we really going to do this?
Yeah, we're doing it. And since it's my birthday, what better way to start a new year of life than the way I started the first one? Naked. Nerves? Absolutely, but mission accomplished.
It was a very interesting experience. It is kind of liberating. We liked the whole thing, so I think we can try it again and see how it goes next time. But I think I loved it.
Me too, so I'm in for the next time.
Now we're going to change and get ready because we are in Las Palmas de Gran Canaria and it's a pretty exciting day. We have a lot of things to do, so let's go. We were docked next to the Aida Luna. We are trying Aida in August, but on board the Cosma. Las Palmas de Gran Canaria is the capital and largest city of the Canary Islands Autonomous Community. The city is beautiful, especially the Centro Histórico, with its quaint streets, building designs, and architectural elements, its endemic palm trees, Santa Ana Plaza and Cathedral, street performers, and, in the absence of stray animals, this adorable dog statue. And of course, trying the local coffee and sweets is always on our must-do list. Back on the ship, Ari needed to recharge his batteries, but I was wired from all the sugar we'd had today, so I went to do some remote work at the Mein Schiff bar with a Negroni in hand. After a while, I went to check if Ari wanted to go up to the hot tub, but as you can see, I don't think so. So I went by myself. The idea sounded nice, but the water wasn't as hot as I would have liked on this chilly, windy afternoon. I was beginning to check a bit from the cold when I realized I had left my towel in the room. Luckily, Ari came to my rescue.
After warming up, John had surprisingly good chocolate and walnut ice cream from the ice bar, and a small snack at the buffet. Well, his version of a small snack. The rest of the afternoon we spent in these comfortable chairs overlooking the sunset in the barista bar on deck 3. After getting dappered up for dinner, oh right, it's nighttime. We went to Osteria Pizza e Pasta on deck 16 to eat. Due to high occupancy, we had to share a table with 2 other couples, so we couldn't film much. I had a lasagna, which I traded John for his spaghetti carbonara. After dinner, we went to the theater, but it was already packed. The theater is small for a ship this size, which was a shame since tonight's show was a better fit for us. It was an Aladdin musical, and although the lyrics were in German, music has no language barriers. No recording was allowed, no seats were available, and we had a busy day tomorrow, so we called it a night after a few songs. John is an early bird, so he started his day at 6 a.m. with a run in the gym.
Running on a treadmill on a rocking ship can be quite challenging and done. So today is a sea day, and I love sea days because you get to relax and enjoy everything the ship has to offer. It's 7:30 and I'm going to wake up early now so we can have breakfast and start our day. Guten Morgen, it's time to wake up.
Since cruise buffets get crowded on sea days, we chose the main dining room for breakfast. As we expected, there was plenty of seating available. However, breakfast was not a la carte, unlike on other cruise lines such as MSC and Cunard. Instead, you had a smaller version of the main buffet and it was crowded. But breakfast was delicious and the setting was beautiful. Our next stop is the library to feed our competitive sides with board games. Since the games were in German, we had to choose the ones we were already familiar with. First up, Memory. After 3 rounds, the result was 2-1 in my favor. Next, we played Connect 4. The first round was a bust because the platform's bottom unexpectedly gave out, which I find suspiciously convenient, especially after John won the second round. Our final game was good old chess. It was the tiebreaker, so we both took it very seriously. In the end, it was checkmate John, and I was crowned Mein Schiff's ultimate winner. I guess John's luck on cruise games is coming to an end. Next up, shuffleboard. To be honest, we basically both sucked, but it was the first time we felt like part of the group on this cruise. The team camaraderie made the game super fun, and we would return to play on other days. After a quick nap and watching a cheesy German Cup reality TV show, we made our way to play bingo at D4 Bar and Lounge. We bought 3 cards each for a total of 10 euros. There were 3 rounds, 1 for corners, 1 for the X pattern, and 1 for the coverall. These were the trickiest rounds of bingo we've ever played. Numbers in German are read backwards compared to English. For example, 24 would be 4 and 20, which made it tricky to follow along. They also called the numbers in English once, just for us, by the way, so thank you very much. A couple of teammates from the shuffleboard game were also helping us out, but it was hard to pay attention to everyone at once. In the end, I came 2 squares away from winning the 600 plus euros prize, but sadly, my luck seemed to have run out beating John at chess. We went to Blaue Flora stage and bar on deck 4 for a sitcom show. Our plan was to watch for a couple of minutes, and if it was boring for us because we didn't understand the language, we would leave. Surprisingly, we understood the plot where a couple wins a Caribbean cruise and pieced together enough of the dialogue to stay for the whole show. Tonight's dinner was at Taverna Dionysos, a Greek eatery. The entrees were good, but we didn't enjoy the main dishes as much. John also didn't like the dessert much, but I loved it, so I finished both. As a nightcap, we enjoyed an Aperol Spritz as we sailed to our favorite port of this trip.
Funchal, the capital of Madeira, is one of those places that stops you in your tracks. Cradled between lush green hills and the Atlantic Ocean, it blends natural beauty with a charming old-world atmosphere. Our favorite moment of the day was visiting the Mercado dos Labradores and hunting down a local sweet called Bolo de Mel, which we washed down with a small bottle of Madeira wine. There's a calm elegance to the city, tropical flowers, warm ocean breezes, and sunlight dancing on the water. It's no wonder so many travelers fall for Funchal at first sight.
We are on our way back to the ship. We have fallen in love with Funchal. Honestly, it's beautiful, and we love how different it can be from one block to another one. Because, for example, in one street you're walking and it looks like a small town in Germany, and in the next street it looks like the French Riviera. We would love to come back and spend a couple of days here because it looks amazing.
The time had come to bid Madeira auf Wiedersehen.
We came to our stateroom to relax a bit and work, but the sounds the ship is making and the crazy waves are freaking me out a little bit. Listen.
That night, we returned to the theater, this time early, and snatched good seats for a stand-up comedy show by German drag queen Gina Dell'Amore. Again, our level of German comprehension wasn't sufficient to laugh out loud like the rest of the crowd. Still, Gina's stage presence and demeanor were funny enough to transcend language, making for a fun way to close the day. Santa Cruz de la Palma is the capital city of the island of La Palma and our favorite Canary Island. We did a walking tour with a quirky but fun guide. She has lived her whole life in La Palma and showed us the city's century-old architecture, cobbled streets, and the beautifully intricate wooden balconies along Avenida Marítima. Our tour guide said she likes to walk barefoot on the volcanic sand beach to recharge her energy, and well, that sounded like fun. Of course, we couldn't return to the ship without tasting a local dessert called Bien Me Sabe. At first, the jar seemed too big for just the two of us, but it put up little resistance.
So we're a few days in now, and honestly it's been more fun than we expected.
The language barrier is definitely real. There's been some confusion, and even though we don't speak German, well, I don't, we've managed. Everyone's been nice, and I've even picked up a few words here and there.
I've been using my German way more than I thought I would, and it helps that the vibe is super chill. No pressure, just do your thing.
It's true, I even ordered a full meal the other day with only minimal panic.
There are definitely moments where we feel a bit out of place, like we're part of the experience, but not totally in the loop.
But honestly, that's kind of what makes it fun. It's pushed us a little in a good way. We're starting to really appreciate it. The vibe's relaxed, the food's great, and the ship is just beautiful.
And we still got a couple of days to experience even more.
And our way of experiencing the rest of the afternoon couldn't be more different up on deck 17. Later that night, we experienced the most German thing on board. As the ship sailed away from La Palma, the crew and guests sang together in the atrium. We're not sure if this is a German tradition at sea or a Mein Schiff thing, but we liked it. It was a cute way of feeling part of the community. After the choral, we went to a silent disco party to finish the night on a high note. It was crowded, the energy was electrifying, and we loved how the music across the 3 channels was played live by DJs on stage. The blue channel was mainly techno. The red DJ mostly played German songs with European hits mixed in. In contrast, the green channel, whose DJ was an officer, played more international English language hits, so there was something for everyone. Our last day is at sea, while the Mein Schiff Relax sails back towards Tenerife at a smooth 8 miles per hour. It just occurred to us that there's still one last thing we must do on board a German cruise, and we will do it tonight. For the day, the only order of business was playing volleyball, which we had been wanting to do but had always forgotten to reserve our spots. What we didn't know was that volleyball is the 3rd most played team sport in Germany, and it showed. Everyone was super competitive, and John and I were among the weakest links in our respective teams. Nevertheless, and even though we're not German, we were made to feel part of the team and had a blast. What was supposed to be a 30-minute activity turned into almost 2 hours of play.
As you know, we like to collect these cruise coins whenever we do a new cruise, and when we get on the ship from the last port of call, we like to add it to our keychain. So John, do the honors for the Mein Schiff Relax.
After adding our 7th cruise coin to our collection, there was only one thing left to do for this to be a proper German cruise experience. Cheers, or as they say in German, Prost!
It's time to disembark, but your next cruise is just 1 click away. Join us as we sail in an all-Greek cruise line through the Greek islands and find out if that experience was just as surprising. Until the next sail away.